I want to zoom into Karnataka, where the effects of coronavirus are being felt nowhere more than on the thousands and thousands of migrants who are also massed in that state. A huge political controversy has erupted in Karnataka after the state government stopped interstate trains and buses for migrants. The Congress party, which is in the opposition, has questioned the Yediyurappa government's decision to not help migrants leave the state. That is, not have any trains to take them home. Congress leader Priyank Kharge tweeted saying that the poor labor are now at the mercy of the real estate cartels by forcing them to stay back and not providing them means of transport. And they've said it's not acceptable. This after all train and bus services for migrants were cancelled following a meeting of the state government and real estate developers. In the meeting, the real estate developers said that laborers were needed to kickstart the economy. They even assured that the migrants will be given all essential facilities. Since Sunday, more than 11,000 migrant workers left for their home states in UP, Bihar, West Bengal, Rajasthan and Odisha. The plan was to send many more over the next 2 days, but now this decision has been put on hold.
ನಾಳೆಗೆ ಬಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸುವಂತದ್ದು ಮುಗಿಯುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ವಿನಂತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಮಿಕರಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಉಳಿದಂತ ಕೆಲಸ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ತಾನೇ ಬಿಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಉಳಿದ ಪ್ರಮುಖರ ಜೊತೆ ಸಮಾಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕೆಲಸ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗಲೂ 1.5 ತಿಂಗಳು ನಾವು ಸಂಬಳ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಊಟ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ.
Help them, give them assurance, give them special package, give them incentives. The developers also should give them some incentives. Even the government also should give them insurance, take them in the confidence. This is what the Karnataka government has to do. They have to use their heart. They have to call them, they have to take them into confidence. They have to build them confidence, they have to build them strength. There was no eyes, there was no ear, there was no heart to this government.
So I want to give you the timeline of how this entire migrant crisis has led to this huge political face-off in Karnataka. It actually began on April the 29th. That is the important day on which the Home Ministry, the central government Home Ministry, allowed the movement, remember, of migrant laborers and said that the states will have to take a call on organizing those trains. On the 30th of April, the state of Karnataka allowed a one-time interstate transport for migrants. On the 1st of May, the next day, the Congress asked the government to bear the travel cost for all of the migrants. 24 hours later, the Yediyurappa government began coordinating with other states for these special trains that had been ordered by the Home Ministry. On the 3rd of May, the first Shramik train left for Bhubaneswar from Karnataka. On the 5th of May, Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa of Karnataka met with builders and real estate firms. The same day, the state government cancelled the trains and buses that had been planned for the migrants, and that is the reason why the opposition is now pointing a finger at the state government and said that the real estate cartel has forced the state government to keep migrants in Karnataka. Nolan Pinto live with me from Bengaluru for more on the story. Nolan, this has become a messy political fight. One train, did happen till Odisha, but all other trains have been cancelled. And a very unseemly allegation from the Congress saying that it's the real estate mafia that has forced the state government to keep migrants forcibly in the state.
Well, Shiv, there are multiple issues in this particular case. Let's put it this way. The government wants to kickstart the economy. How do you do that? Construction sector, the real estate sector, they need to start work. Now, when we spoke to Kridai, the secretary, he said that they started work last week. So I said, okay, you've started the work, but the migrant laborers who actually work for you are all leaving. He says that, yes, initially we have to start with 50% of the work, and that's the 50% of employees. And that's the reason Kridai, big builders, captains of the industry had a meeting with the Chief Minister yesterday. Now, what really happened during that meeting, no one knows. But it was yesterday in the night, last night, that a decision was taken that no more trains will be required from Karnataka to transport all these migrants who wanted to go out, basically to states like UP, Bihar, West Bengal, Jharkhand, and Odisha. Now, we spoke to a lot of these migrant workers, and they say this: Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, many of their friends who worked with them paid for their tickets and went. They tell me, if they went, we also want to go. We tried to explain to them, saying that if you go over there, because this is what the ministers have said, one, states are not willing to accept them. Two, even if they go there, they will be quarantined for about 14 days. When this was told to them, we told them this, and they still say, we don't care about whether or not we're getting paid here, we do not care about whether or not we get food, we want to go home, and that is it. Now, across Bengaluru, many of the labor camps, in fact, this is the situation, they do not want to stay put, Shiv, they want to go home.
They want to go home and they don't have a choice right now. This is an incredibly difficult situation to be in. We'll keep a track of that story. Karnataka, not the only state facing that crisis.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.